So I just recently watched this movie called Ex Machina. It has, alright, Oscar Isaac, Donald Gleason, and Alicia Vikander. Is that it? Okay. And so this movie, like, first of all, like, I like to say I liked it. I enjoyed it. There's a lot going on. And so basically, if you've not seen this movie, I'm not gonna spoil it. But what the movie is about is Oscar Isaac plays like this recluse billionaire who's part of like this not software company, but like, what would you say, like?
They're like a Google or Facebook type of company.
Okay, so and then so he's that's him, and then Donald Gleason is like an employee in his company who wins this contest that Oscar Isaac throws out there. So he actually is invited to Oscar Isaac's home, and this is where like a lot of shenanigans ensue. So he actually finds out. Donald Gleason finds out. I think his name is Caleb. Caleb finds out that like his employer is like built this AI type robot, and so the whole movie, like the AI, the robot, and Caleb, Donald Gleason are they're introduced and they're having this kind of like interaction, and the movie's fascinating to me because one, it brings up the issue of like, is having artificial intelligence really a good idea? And honestly, like, I don't really know how I feel about it. Like, I don't feel like it's necessary. I really do. I know the movie is, and Alex Garland, who directed this movie, is very pro AI, but I think I'm like, why do we need it? And I feel like it's going to turn out straight up like Skynet. Like, so I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of like more like, unless there's some reason outside of ego that we have AI. I feel like it's unnecessary and it's gonna obliterate the human race. That's like just how I feel. So anyway, but the movie kind of touches on what we consider to be human, and is it okay to like, well, not is it okay, like they're kind of blurring the lines between if it's okay to have a relationship with a robot. Would you see this the same way? Could you see a robot, artificial intelligence, being the same as human and having the same like human consciousness? So the movie kind of delves into that, and of course, like, there's a lot of like not twists and turns, but there's just like a lot of confusion in the sense that you don't really know like who's telling the truth, what the hell is going on. I mean, it's not in a bad way. Like, I feel like the movie, like so many movies do this, where they're like, do like cheap, what's the word? They're like, they use like cheap twisters. God, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like cheap plot twist.
Like, they use like cheap plot twist, and it's just like, I saw that a mile away. But, I think the movie does do, it's a slow burn, so it does do a kind of a good job developing like each situation and character, so you're not rolling your eyes when stuff does happen. I think you can be very sympathetic for all the characters to a point. I mean, the focus is on like the AI and Caleb, so I think for me, when I watch that, I'm sympathetic to both of them. But it's a fascinating movie. I just remember it was one of those movies. It's kind of like how I felt about like Black Swan. It was like, when I got towards the end of it, I was like, I don't know what I just watched. And it's not in a bad way. It's just like, I just need time to process, like, what the fuck I just watched. So I did, and I decided that I liked it. And sorry, I'm like burping, so that's why I'm talking weird like this. I decided that I really enjoyed it, and I recommend it. I recommend it's the date movie, or any movie you want to have a discussion about, what we consider human. And so thank you for listening to this.